So let's get into it then. Let me tell you all the reasons why I hated this movie, right? So I wouldn't say I hated it, yeah.
They hated it.
I
Well, wait,
disliked
stop.
it. I
What would you give
What
out
is
of
disliked it a
it?
10?
lot.
Out of 10.
All
Out
right,
of 10.
wait. Before I give my rating out of 10, I just need to tell you some problematic problems with this film. The problem I had with this movie was, right, this movie was amazing, right, and didn't need any vampires. The film that I wanted to see was actually the film that they put in at the end of the movie. I wanted the Ku Klux Klan to turn up. Like, that could have been the movie on itself. They could have been duped into buying this sawmill. They could have got surrounded by these racist Ku Klux Klan members. And those Ku Klux Klan members could have still been the vampires. That was the part I couldn't understand. Why were they not the vampires? Like, that's the movie that I would have wanted to watch. Why did they just tack that on at the end of the film? I didn't care whether they got killed at the end of the film. It made no difference. I had no emotional attachment to any of those characters at all. And the film would have been a much better movie had the if the symbology of these Ku Klux Klan members being vampires was played out in the movie as the narrative of this film. If they had bought this sawmill, they had all then got trapped inside the sawmill. These guys surrounded the building. They had to fight their way out of that. There's so much they could have done with that as a film because that's kind of the film I wanted to see. Because the gangster kind of, Leon will tell you, I love that whole gangster world. I love that time period. I love it. These two brothers as well, like that. I've watched a million of these types of films, right? I thought the setup for this was so good that was the film that I genuinely wanted to see. This other film that they introduced in the middle, it was almost like they pitched this movie to someone, right? The movie that I wanted. This is how I feel this went down. They pitched this movie to someone, and someone in the room, some big time exec, was like, "Yeah, it needs something though. What if there was some vampires in this movie?" And no one in the room could say no to this dude because the only way it was going to get made is if they went along with
Hilarious.
it. That's the way this film to me kind of felt, right? Because, like I said to you, this guy directed this film. I like all these films. I mean, I haven't seen the Creed films, but I've been told that they're really good. But I did like Black Panther. I'm sure I watched Fruitville Station back in the day. I don't mind his directing style. I just felt like with this film, it didn't land for me in the way that I wanted it to. And I think as well, because of the comparison with the Dust Till Dawn thing, I think Dust Till Dawn does this better, unfortunately. I really do. That's what I said. When I said to you originally, I wanted to like this film. I really did want to like this movie. But I feel like Dust Till Dawn nailed the suspense and the surprise element of this film. Once they got rid of the surprise element, this film didn't have much else going for it for me because it was like, okay, now where are you going to go with this? And it went exactly where I thought it was going to go from that point on. And like I said, the thing I was waiting for at that moment at the end with the Native Americans were going to turn back up and give us that last nugget of information didn't even happen. I was fuming. I was like, well, why did you even introduce those characters? It made no difference whether those characters turned up or not. In fact, what I would have done as a writer, I would have had the person that turned up at that woman's door when she pulled out the rifle to be a black person. It could have been a black priest. It could have been a black shaman. It could have been anyone, but a black person should have been there. They should have gave that warning. That would have then played more into the film. But to have the Native Americans there served no purpose at all, other than just to have Native Americans in the movie. So I was disappointed at that. But I think the main problem I had with the film was I felt like it tried too hard to do things and didn't do those things very well. The things that it did do well, that it pulled on my heartstrings, were, like I said, the scenes where they talked about black mythology or black spiritualism and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I thought that was a good movie. And I felt like the other part was just crowbarred into the movie. But I genuinely think this could have just been a gangster movie about two black brothers that were trying to protect their business from these racist Ku Klux Klan members. And I guarantee you now that would have been a better film. 100% would have been a better movie. And you would have been able to see these two sides as well. Because you would have seen the whole white gang doing their white thing and their racist stuff. And you could have built characters on that side of the fence. And then you build the characters on the other side of the fence. Then you got the Mary character that seems to be trapped in between the two worlds. Like, it's all there. It's all there. It's just like someone just decided to go, nah, let's just put vampires
You
in it.
know,
Fuck all that.
it's all
Fuck all
there.
that. It's all there.